Useless Skills here. Today we are going over Five Nights at Freddy's. Alright, without further ado. So, number one, story, plot, and premise. It's pretty good. They focus a lot more on the main character, I guess, like the backstory of the main character and all that's going on with his life and that whole thing than actual, like, the Five Nights at Freddy, like, the monsters or the mascots or whatever you want to call them, the animatronics. And I like that a lot, actually, because it has more story than scares, if that makes sense. But the scares are there, I think, you know, especially since it's PG-13, it's mostly for kids. I feel like the scares are there, but it's mostly story, and it's a good story, actually. It's really, like, I like the way it was told and all this other stuff. Big caveat at the top. So I have not played any of the Five Nights at Freddy games. I played, I think, the first one a long time ago when it first came out, and it was alright. You know, it wasn't really for me, so I don't think I ever finished it, and I didn't even know there was, like, a story behind it or a lore. Like, literally, it was just watching screens and trying not to get murdered, so I didn't know that there was a whole backstory or lore, and it was actually my kid that really was excited for this movie, and I was like, okay. And then when I got to the theater, holy crap, so many kids. Like, this is a really big franchise that I didn't know was going to be as big as it was. Like, I've heard, you know, people play it, and I've seen Let's Plays. Like, I know it's popular, but I didn't know it was, like, this popular, like, especially for it to transfer over to the movies scene. But I'm going to talk about that experience, I guess, at the end of this. I'm gonna give it a star for story, plot, and premise. Definitely, it was well told. It was, there were some things that happened in the movie that were like, let me just say, what most horror films I feel like have a problem with, which is the bodies. Like, what happens to the bodies? You know what I mean? Like, the dead bodies that pile up. They're never really addressed in this movie, like, at all. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But for the most part, it's pretty good. I'm gonna start a trailer over because I talked the entire time. Okay. 2. Sound design and score. Very good. Very good. Eerie. Even the songs that they picked, I was told that the song that they picked for, like, the animatronics to play is not the Five Nights at Freddy's song that plays at the end, which is usually the song that should be played or whatever. Either way, I like the song that the animatronics played during the movie, and I like the song at the end of the movie when the credits played too. Like, it's fun, it's catchy, it's, like, very show-tuney as it would be, like, for this type of time, I guess, because it also takes place in a certain time, I believe, because they have, like, rotary phones and flip phones that they talk with and stuff. So anyway, cinematography, really, really good, better than I expected. The vistas or the scenes in this, for it taking place mostly indoors and mostly in, like, this, it's like I don't know, like an 80s, 90s, early 90s diner, Chuck E. Cheese looking thing. It's really cool. I like it. It really transported me back to my childhood, but like a creepier version of it, I guess. And then also, like, there's, like, dream sequences that are really good. But yeah, I like the cinematography. The acting is actually really, really good. Hutcherson, I didn't expect to pull off a great performance, and all the supporting cast, the kid actors were good. Like, nobody was really corny or cheesy. They all played their part really well. I don't know if you guys know that Shaggy is in this, the one true god, Shaggy, amazing as well. All the acting was really well done. The girl from You is in it, and I would say there are, like, I guess, cameos, which, again, I did not know that these people were famous because I'm watching the movie in a movie theater instead of Peacock, because it's live on Peacock. If you guys want to watch it, it's on Peacock right now. You can watch it at home, but I would say support it and go to theaters. So I saw it in theaters, and everyone went crazy for, like, these 2 parts. One with is a guy in a diner, and now I know who that is, because I guess I knew who he was before, but I didn't, like, I don't know, I guess because I don't really, in his videos, he doesn't really feature himself that much. Like, his face, it's kind of like a caricature, like a little cut up of his face. So I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And also, I didn't watch his videos a lot. I've watched, like, maybe some. So I wasn't that much of a fan of him. So now that I've seen the video where he explains he was in it, I'm like, oh, that's what the kids were going crazy for. And then there's another kid as well, also a YouTuber, in, like, a one-off scene. But both of them really good also. Not bad actors at all for the most part. They were okay. Directing. really good. I gotta say. So Emma Tammy directed this. I've seen her other work. I forgot the name of the movie, but it's like one other movie that I think that she's ever made, like or I feel like I've ever seen or heard of. And then that movie was good. It wasn't bad. But like to go from that to this is like this production, this like story, the design, like everything is really well done. And I don't know, like I felt like she handled it to a degree that I didn't expect I would say amateur, like not a veteran director to handle such a big production. But it was really good, well done. Everybody's happy from what I know. My daughter was happy watching it, and she knows the lore and all this other stuff. I know some of the lore and the stuff that happened in this movie. I don't know if it's part of the lore or not, but it makes sense for the movie, and it was fine. Like the story, like I said, was really the highlight of the movie, above all. And yeah, the animatronics look really good. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I would give it a 5 out of 5 for this movie. Actually, I mean, if I had to ding it on, I would ding it. I guess I would ding it on the score. Like it's not so great, but no, actually, no, it's really good. Like I want to download the songs and I want to listen to them. So I would say, yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. It's a good Halloween movie. I'll tell you that. Brand new, technically in the movie IP. So it's an original movie. You know, it's based on a video game, but it's an original movie. Like it's brand new in theaters. Nothing's like this has been in theaters. Willy's Wonderland, which I will review as well, is like this a lot, but it's technically doesn't have the story elements of what I'm saying, like about the main character and stuff, which I really liked. But anyway, I digress. So 5 out of 5. Now, you can check it out on Peacock right now, and it's out in theaters as well as I make this video. All right. So you guys let me know if you guys check it out. This has been A Useless Skill.